Amidst the chaos of a bustling market, a neglected German shepherd catches the eye of a 5-year-old girl. He is clearly unloved and sad about it, and she begs her mom to let her rescue him. What the dog does next is incredible. One sunny Saturday, as 5-year-old Emma wandered through the local market with her parents, her eyes landed on a large German shepherd chained to a post near a corner stall. Her mother, Genevieve, noticed Emma's expression and followed her gaze to the dog. She sighed. Emma had always been deeply sensitive to animals in distress. "All right, sweetie, let's go see him, but stay close," she said. As they approached, Emma knelt a few feet away. "Hey there, boy," she said softly, reaching out her hand. The dog sniffed the air cautiously, his ears twitching. Emma edged closer. "You look so sad." "Don't worry, I'm here." Genevieve kept a close watch. Emma had a natural way with animals, but this dog looked especially rough. "Emma, be careful, he might be scared," she warned gently. Emma gave a small nod, her attention fixed on the dog. She noticed a vendor nearby who appeared to be the owner. He was busy with customers and barely glanced at the animal. Emma stood and walked over. "Excuse me, sir, is this your dog?" The vendor gave her a quick look and nodded. He said the dog was useless, unwanted, and just taking up space. Emma's heart ached. "Can I pet him?" she asked. The man gave a careless shrug. Emma returned and slowly reached out to touch the dog. To her surprise, he didn't pull away. Instead, he leaned into her hand. His tail gave a faint wag. Emma smiled. Something was changing between them. Over the following weeks, Emma and her parents visited the market often. Each time she spent time with the dog. She named him Zeus, and with every visit, their bond grew deeper. Zeus began to recognize her. His eyes would brighten the moment he saw her. Seeing the connection grow, her parents started talking about bringing the dog home. They knew it would take effort. Zeus needed medical help and a lot of patience, but they couldn't overlook Emma's determination. Eventually, after much thought, they approached the vendor with an offer to adopt Zeus. The man seemed eager to give him away and agreed immediately. Emma's heart leapt. She gently unchained Zeus and led him to the car. "You're coming home with us," she whispered. As they drove home, Emma sat beside the dog, his head resting in her lap. Emma had rescued an unloved dog from the market, but little did she know Zeus would soon show just how extraordinary their bond could be. Bringing the dog home was just the beginning of a brand new journey for Emma and her family. While the initial joy of rescuing the dog filled their hearts, they soon realized the challenges that lay ahead. Zeus, with his matted fur and visible ribs, had endured a tough life, and it showed in his behavior. At first he was nervous and unsure of his new environment. He flinched at sudden movements and loud sounds, and he shrank away when adults tried to pet him. Emma spent every moment she could by his side, reading to him or simply chatting about her day. Her small presence seemed to calm him. Gradually, Zeus began to show signs of trust. He started leaning into her touch and quietly trailing behind her through the house. But his behavior still had its ups and downs, so the family decided it was time to call in a professional. They reached out to Dr. Lewis Taylor, a local animal behaviorist known for working with traumatized dogs. Dr. Taylor came to their home to observe Zeus firsthand. "This dog's been through a lot," she explained gently. "His behavior comes from fear and past trauma. What he needs most is structure, patience, and steady, positive training." She gave them a plan focused on positive reinforcement and slowly introducing him to new situations. The training wasn't easy. Some days Zeus responded well. He'd sit on command or play a short game of fetch with Emma. Other times he would growl or snap when he felt cornered or unsure. But never, not once, was he aggressive toward Emma. Then one afternoon, while they were playing in the backyard, Zeus approached Emma with a ball in his mouth, his tail wagging furiously. It was the first time he had ever started play on his own, and Emma beamed with excitement. She tossed the ball, and Zeus darted after it, barking with joy. Genevieve and John stood watching from the porch. They knew there was still a long road ahead, but they were finally seeing the rewards of their patience and love. As the weeks turned into months, Zeus's behavior improved more and more. Emma's gentle spirit and loyalty were slowly healing his old wounds. One sunny afternoon, she was playing in the yard. Zeus bounded happily after a ball. Genevieve and John sipped iced tea on the porch and felt generally content when they realized how far their dog had come. Suddenly, a loud noise shattered the peaceful afternoon. The neighbor's cat had been startled by a car backfiring. It darted across the yard and sent Zeus into a frenzy. He took off after the cat, barking wildly. Emma tried to stop Zeus. She ran after him. Her small legs struggled to keep up. In the chaos, she didn't notice the approaching car speeding down the street. Genevieve and John's hearts leapt into their throats as they saw Emma chasing Zeus. They screamed her name, but their voices were drowned out by the roar of the car and the barking of the dog. In that split second, Zeus's protective instincts took over. He sensed the danger before Emma could. As the car drew dangerously near, he spun around and raced back toward her. With one powerful leap, he knocked her out of the vehicle's path. The car screeched to a halt. The driver sat frozen, his face pale with shock. Genevieve and John ran to Emma's side. She was shaken but unharmed, clinging tightly to Zeus, who stood guard above her. He gently nuzzled her face, licking her cheeks as if to say, "You're safe now." From that moment forward, Zeus's place in their family was unquestionable. His brave action completely changed the way Genevieve and John saw him. He wasn't just a troubled rescue anymore. He was a loyal guardian, fiercely devoted to protecting the people he loved. One day, while out on a walk, Zeus suddenly stiffened and began to growl. Emma looked up and saw a man approaching. It was the same vendor from the market, the one who had once kept Zeus chained and ignored. The man's eyes narrowed when he recognized the dog. "So that's where you ended up," he sneered. Emma tightened her grip on the leash. She could feel Zeus's body tense, and she knew she had to stay calm. "Zeus is my dog now," she said clearly. "You can't take him back." The man gave a bitter laugh. "He was mine first. You had no right to take him." Emma didn't back down. "You didn't care for him. He deserves better than the way you treated him." The man stepped closer. Zeus growled louder, moving between Emma and the stranger. The man threatened to call the authorities, accusing her of stealing the dog. Emma's mind raced. She knew the truth, and she wasn't afraid. "Go ahead," she said. "We have proof of how you treated him. You won't get him back." The man stared hard at her, then turned and walked off, grumbling under his breath. Emma exhaled shakily and knelt beside Zeus. Wrapping her arms around his neck, she whispered, "It's okay. He won't hurt you ever again." The incident shook Emma, but it also strengthened her resolve. She knew she had to be vigilant and protect Zeus from anyone who might try to take him away. She discussed the encounter with her parents. They reassured her that they would support her and keep Zeus safe. One sunny Saturday, the local community organized a pet fair and dog show. Emma's family decided to join in. It was a chance to show how far Zeus had come and enjoy a fun day together. The fair was full of energy when they arrived. Booths lined the park, offering pet supplies, tasty treats, and helpful info about animal care. The air rang with happy barks and laughter as dogs of all sizes strolled alongside their owners. Emma was thrilled to be there, and she couldn't wait to see how Zeus would handle this brand-new setting. As they walked through the fairgrounds, they came across a booth featuring a tracking and agility course. Emma's eyes sparkled. "Can we try this, Mommy?" she asked, glancing up at her mother hopefully. Genevieve smiled and nodded. They walked up to the booth where a cheerful instructor welcomed them. He asked if they wanted to find out whether their dog had any hidden talents. Emma nodded eagerly. The instructor led them over to the agility course. It was filled with jumps, tunnels, and weaving poles. "We'll start with the basics," he said. "Let's see what Zeus can do." Emma brought Zeus to the starting point. Her heart thumped with anticipation. They had never done anything like this before, but she had a gut feeling Zeus might surprise them. She bent down and whispered in his ear, "Ready?" Zeus's ears perked up, and his tail wagged fast. The moment Emma gave the signal, he bolted forward. To everyone's amazement, Zeus zipped through the course like a pro. He leaped over the jumps, weaved effortlessly through the poles, and dashed through the tunnels with focus and speed. The crowd watched in awe as Zeus completed the course faster than anyone expected. Emma's face lit up with pride. She had always believed her dog was special. But this was something else. Word of Zeus's hidden gift spread quickly through the fair. People who once saw him as just a rescue now saw him as something more, a natural talent. Emma's family was approached by several trainers and agility clubs, all eager to work with Zeus. It was clear that this new discovery opened doors Emma had never imagined for her beloved dog. They began training with a local agility club. Zeus's progress was incredible. He quickly became a favorite among the trainers. But the excitement surrounding Zeus's newfound talent was soon clouded by a troubling situation. His former owner, emboldened by Zeus's success, started making more aggressive threats. He began showing up at the park during training sessions, yelling that Zeus was his dog and claiming he would take him back, no matter what. Emma's parents grew more and more concerned, not just for Zeus, but for Emma's safety, too. They decided it was time to take legal steps to officially secure Zeus's place in their family. They reached out to Miss Patterson, a lawyer who specialized in animal rights cases. At their first meeting, she listened carefully to everything they shared. "You have a strong case," she said confidently. "What matters now is gathering solid evidence, proof of Zeus's past abuse, and how much he's improved under your care." Genevieve and John threw themselves into building that case. They found old photos of Zeus from the day they rescued him, his fur tangled and dirty, his ribs showing, his eyes full of sadness. They added vet reports showing his steady recovery and collected testimonials from neighbors, friends, and trainers who had watched Zeus grow healthier and happier. Emma was determined to help too. She wrote a heartfelt letter to include with their case. "Zeus is my best friend," she wrote in careful handwriting. "He saved my life, and I love him. Please don't let anyone take him away." The legal process was stressful, and the court date loomed ahead. As if that weren't enough, the local agility competition was just around the corner. It was a chance for Zeus to shine, and to show how far he'd come. Even with the pressure mounting, Emma and Zeus continued their training. Every time Emma noticed the former owner nearby, watching them with cold eyes, her stomach tightened. But she stood tall, fueled by her bond with Zeus. The day of the competition arrived, buzzing with excitement. Dozens of dogs and handlers gathered to compete, and the air was filled with barking, cheers, and nervous energy. While they waited for their turn, Emma spotted the former owner standing just beyond the crowd, watching them with a glare. She took a calming breath and looked at Zeus. "We can do this," she whispered. "Just like we practiced?" When the announcer called their names, Emma and Zeus stepped onto the course. The crowd hushed in anticipation. Emma gave the signal, and Zeus sprang into action. Zeus soared over the jumps, weaved through the poles, and raced through the tunnels with a grace that took everyone's breath away. As they crossed the finish line, the crowd erupted in applause. Emma beamed with pride, and Zeus wagged his tail excitedly. The judges were clearly impressed. One of them, a well-known dog trainer, approached them. "You and Zeus are an incredible team," he told Emma. "He's a remarkable dog, and you've done an outstanding job with him." Then came the day of the hearing. Emma clutched Zeus's leash tightly. The former owner sat across the room, scowling and grumbling to himself. Miss Patterson presented their case with calm determination. She walked the court through Zeus's journey, from neglected and malnourished to healthy, happy, and thriving. The judge listened carefully, taking in the vet records, photographs, and heartfelt testimonials. When Emma's letter was read aloud, the room fell silent. It touched everyone deeply, and more than a few people wiped away tears. Finally, the judge turned to the former owner. "The evidence clearly shows that Zeus suffered neglect and abuse while in your care. He is now thriving with a family that loves him. It is in the dog's best interest to stay with them." The man began to argue, but the judge held firm. "Your actions show you are not fit to care for animals. This court rules in favor of Emma's family. Zeus will remain with them permanently." The ruling was a major victory for Emma and her family, but it wasn't the end of the story. Following the hearing, the judge ordered a deeper investigation into Zeus's former owner. What came to light stunned the community and only strengthened their support for Emma and Zeus. It turned out the man had a long history of mistreating animals. Other victims came forward with testimonies about his cruelty. The local news picked up the story, and it spread fast, sparking outrage across town. What began as a private struggle turned into a public movement. Neighbors, friends, and even total strangers stood behind Emma's family, determined to ensure the man would never again have a chance to hurt another animal. The story of Emma and Zeus left a lasting mark, a powerful reminder of love, healing, and second chances. Their journey would inspire countless others in the community for years to come. Do you have a story about a rescue dog that brought incredible joy to its new home? We'd love to hear it. Tell us in the comments below. For now, though, we're out of here. Catch you in the next video.